What do you think is the greatest thought that can ever cross your mind? I believe it's this: thinking about God. Not just casually, but really contemplating who He is. His greatness, His power, His majesty, His kindness, His glory, and the astonishing truth that the God who created stars without number, and calls each one by name, who measures the oceans in the hollow of His hand, and who rides upon the storm, is the same God who draws near to bind up the brokenhearted. Isn't that breathtaking? It's one thing to say God is great, but to actually stop and ponder it. To feel the weight of His power, to hear even the whisper of His ways like Job did, brings us to our knees. We live in a world that's lost its reverence, where the sacred becomes casual. But Scripture reminds us that even to behold the heavens, God must humble Himself. That's how far above us He is. And yet, this God, so vast, that the nations are like dust to Him, desires your heart. That's what He wants, your heart. Not because He needs it, but because He loves you. We read that His train fills the temple, and it leaves us wondering if just the hem of His robe fills the temple. How glorious must the full presence of God be? Our minds can barely hold such thoughts. But this is why we were made. Not to live small, fearful lives worrying about things God already holds in His hands, but to worship Him, to trust Him, to serve Him, and to reflect Him. When you begin to study God, not just what He does, but who He is, you can't help but worship. The more you gaze on His holiness, the more you desire to be holy. The more you see His love, the more you're moved to love others. And yes, the more you understand His faithfulness, the more you find peace in the storm. Too many of us know of God like an acquaintance, but He invites us to know Him intimately, to walk in awe, to trust without fear, to lay our lives before Him not with hesitation but with joy. So I invite you, look up. Consider again the one who counts every star and also catches every tear. Let the truth of who He is realign your heart today. Worship Him not because it's expected, but because your soul can't help but cry, "How great Thou art!" He is the same God yesterday, today, and forever. And He is worthy not just of your thoughts but of your whole life.